Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are back with some Kirkland Fall Decor dupes, and for today, for the first DIY, I was inspired by this lantern, so I was gonna try and recreate a similar look to it. This one was $80, and mine cost me, well, I only bought this plaque at Dollar Tree, which was $1.25, and the rest of the stuff I had on hand. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I had removed the little hanging part of this plaque, and I'm painting the sides with just dark brown acrylic paint, giving it a light coat. And then I had this plant holder left over from the summer DIYs. I got that at the garden section of the Dollarama, and I'm going to cut 4 equal uh, pieces to it. I'm going to be using a little small handheld saw that also came from a dollar store to cut it. If this is your first time stopping by my channel, welcome. I hope you decide to stay and press that subscribe button and a notification bell so you don't miss out any of my future uploads. Once I had all the 4 pieces cut, I proceeded to staining them with the walnut stain that came from dollar store as well, and I'm using a sponge brush just to apply the stain on the sides, and then I'm going to use a rag just to rub the stain in. Once I was done, I ended up cutting, I needed a top part for the lantern, so I am using the plant label um, wood wood labels that I had left over from the summer as well, and just measuring it out and cutting them to size. And I'm using an X-Acto knife just to cut them through. This is not hard to do. And once they were cut, I stained them the same way as I stained the other sticks. Fun fact, we do not have Kirklands here in Ontario, Canada, but I have visited one in Florida as well as one in Buffalo, and I absolutely love the decor that they have. And without being able to travel quite yet, I love creating these decor pieces for my home, and getting tons of inspirations from their website for all these creations. So I am hot gluing all the 4 pieces of wood, the plant stand wood, and then on top I'm going to add the wood label wood that I cut up, the pieces I cut up, and I'm just using these the little clips just to keep everything in place. I did not decorate mine with an LED lantern, but just put a little plant in there just so you can see what it looks like. And I love how simple this looks, and you can decorate it with pumpkins, candles, or whatever you wish to. The next one was more of an inspiration or rather than a dupe. I am using this shadow box that I had used last year for a different project, but I wasn't using it in my decor anymore, so I decided to upcycle it again, make it over, and I'm adding a little bit of paint to the frame. So I'm not using the inside of the shadow box, I'm using the other side. I'm going to be using it more as a frame, so I just needed to add a little bit more paint to the edges because they weren't painted. And like I said, this was definitely more of an inspiration rather than an actual dupe. And here is the sign that kind of inspired everything. This was $20, which I don't think is that horrible of a price for this, but I'm gonna use do an opposite. So I'm going to have a black background and white letters. So I'm using some construction paper. I had a ton of this construction paper leftover still from daycare days, so I decided to use some of it in today's DIYs, and I cut it to size. Then I needed to trim it some more, and I'm just using my chalkboard marker to write out hello fall. I am also going to be using some school glue that I had left over from the daycare days to glue this on to the frame. This was such a simple and easy DIY, and I had picked up this shadow box for, I think it was $2 at Dollarama, and I've already created 2 different DIYs with it. And then just to add a touch of embellishment, I added a little bit of just some leaves that I had left over from a plant that I took apart for a different DIY. The last one, I'm using some of these pumpkin signs that are all over the Dollar Tree, and just wanted to scrape off some of this glitter. And as I mentioned before, not a fan of glitter, and I also didn't want, even though I'm going to be covering it, I just didn't want all this glitter to get all over everything, because it does tend to do it. So this was my inspiration for this project. This is actually on sale right now, and it was $20. Mine cost me $1.50 because I already had this pumpkin on hand, but they do go for $1.50, and then I'm just adding some more of that construction paper, and I'm just using a beige one and a light brown one. Very, very simple DIY. Trace it out, cut it, and then using school glue to glue it on, and a marker to write a letter B. Make sure you let me know down in the comments if you enjoy these type of videos, and I also would like to know which one of these was your favorite. As you saw, these were super easy and simple to recreate, and I think they are going to look fabulous in my decor. And if you want to see how I use all of my DIYs in decorating my home, make sure you check out my home channel. Link is in the description box. I have started fall home decorating last week, so I am already decorating with tons of my DIYs. I have not bought anything this year other than DIY supplies for home decor that I have used yet. There might be some bought items later on, but as of right now, I'm using most of my DIYs to decorate my home and things that I've had on hand. So I'm adding a little piece of burlap and just wrapping it up and hot gluing it onto the stem. And then I used a black marker just to write a letter B, which is the first initial of our last name. am also adding some of these rustic leaves to it just to add a little bit of more of that fall feel to the design. I love the way this turned out, and it was so simple and easy to make and super budget friendly. Well, I hope you have enjoyed these DIYs. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, and I will see you all in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.